and Kilsby will probably go to the best defender of Gazer. I just think Gazer for mine. Johnny Boxer kicked 5. He could explode today. Kicked
He's had a hard game last week.
Yeah, I know if it was that hard, mate.
And the Terps.
Yeah, that might have been a bit hard. Let's talk about what happened on the... No, let's not.
I think we'll leave what happened
and
on the state Triple A.
Trevor Bouse was judged best, I think, by the Tasmanians, so he had a good game as well. I think Gazer, for mine.
What do you reckon, Luke?
Oh, well, you've got 2 great coaches. You've got Trevor Hill, played at North, Coach Norwood, doing great things with St. Peter's. You hear that from everyone, not just St. Peter's people. And you've got who I think is probably the best coach in Div 1. Watching him last year closely, he was fantastic. He was Nathan Granger. And you've got some great coaches in Div 1. You've Gavin Colville, and you've got the man who's due in the next 5 or so minutes with Trent Mills. Who technically, with his 5 premierships, he's got the great record. And
well, he's only got 4, doesn't he? He didn't
no, you're right. He only had 4 because Trevor Hill actually had the first one.
Thank you. Don't ever correct me, Green.
Yeah, I was right.
Yes, there's some great coach. I saw Granger last year though. He really is good, and he's worth every cent. And I just think Gazer.
Yeah. Ross Trevor and Foss Camden. It's another crucial battle because Ross Trevor can't afford to drop games, sitting 5 and 3 in 5th spot, and Foss Camden sitting 3 and 5 in 8th spot. Obviously, still would have an eye on finals, but to play finals, they're going to need to win a game like this. It's hard for me to see at Ross Trevor where Foss can have the advantage. I know Craig Holm had a good game for the state last week. A lot of young midfielders for Ross Trevor that rotate through. The Holm brothers for one. Will O'Malley, also state player. Lukey Auto Manuel's been in good form, and his brother, Little Manuel, Little Auto. And we couldn't go a week without mentioning the great Drew Litster. For mine, it's going to be Ross Trevor, too strong, despite Craig Holm's antics in Tasmania.
Yeah, I would think the Rocks will probably get over Weeds boys.
Thanks.
Yeah, Ross Trevor have been playing really, really well, and they've been really good, and we've been fortunate enough now. The great Trent Mills has eventually come. We've got in. He's coming through traffic. He was a bit late. We've only got him for 5 minutes.
Walk away, Luke.
I'll get him quickly into the seat and get Trent in.
Always, we welcome the coach of the Goodwood Saints, as Luke just beautifully said, Trent Mills. Welcome to the show, Trent.
G'day, how are you?
No worries. How was the traffic?
Yeah, I just got caught up at my children's Oz kick, and then seemed to catch every red light on the way down here.
So these things happen. Let's get straight into today's game. It's Henley at Henley. Exciting for the boys. A big test.
Yeah, great test. I guess no better test than playing the side sitting on top of the ladder. So really give us a good guide to where we're at after a good performance against Sacred Heart, but probably been disappointing so far this year.
Yeah, sitting 3 and 5, probably not the dominant Goodwood Saints that we've become accustomed to, but Henley appear to be the dominant team. What key players from Henley, don't give away too many of your secrets, but what key players do you think you're really going to have to keep an eye on today?
Look, I think the thing with Henley is that they're very even all across the ground, whether it be in defence, forward or midfield. Their midfield's obviously exceptionally good, and we haven't obviously played them yet, but from all reports they're very clean. We're going to need to make sure we've got plenty of pressure on them to make
Foot
sure...
skills apparently are sublime.
Yeah, so we need to make sure we've got plenty of pressure on them to... otherwise their forwards will lead up and be hit on the chest, and our defenders will be under pressure. So
be a bigger oval than yours, isn't it?
It is a lot bigger oval, so hopefully some of our quicker players will get chance to get out in some open space and
a lot wider as well.
You've got an ageing side, haven't you, really? This year, you've had, over 4 years, you've had a fantastic group of guys. Dimmer was there for a while. He's now obviously retired.
No, he hasn't. No, he's still playing. He played in the B grade last week, and he's playing the B grade again this week.
He's a new daddy.
He's a new daddy, yes. So he had focus taken away because he's been a new daddy. He's had some injury problems which were sort of carry over from last year, but he's dealing with those, and now trying to get back and get some training under his belt and play. So his second game this.
Is there any juniors coming through that are really?
Yeah, look, I guess when you look at our side, I think we've probably got a lot of guys, as you've said, in that sort of 29, 30, 31 years of age list, but we've also got a lot of guys in the 19, 20, 21, 22 list. Where we probably lack players is that 24 to 28 range.
Because your bees are very strong. They're 7-1.
Yeah, they're going well. So I think that mid-range player is probably where we're missing. Where I guess the guys that are now 30, 31, 4 and 5, 6 years ago were in that 26, 27 range. So we've got 2 or 3 of those guys are in that range when Rick Giles plays and that. But yeah, I think there's certainly a lot of young guys coming through in that 21, 22 age. But they've got to obviously get the experience to go into that next level.
Guys play against Jeps Cross a few weeks back, and Dave Bartel, he hasn't got the speed he used to have, but he's still got the skill.
Yeah, look at Dave.
Are not bad.
Yeah, Dave last year probably would admit he didn't have a great year, and he was probably bordering on giving it away this year.
He's only about 32 though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still only relatively young, I guess, from I guess an amateur footballer perspective, and me, that's right. But he really got himself fit this year. He set himself some goals at the start of the year and said, well, unless I can get certain times around our 4K time trial or 4.5K time trial, unless I can get down to those sorts of levels, I'm not going to play. So he worked himself very hard and got himself fit, which is probably where he dropped off a little bit last year. And you're right, everyone gets slower as they get older, but he still knows where to get it. And,
he knows where to ball. He reads the ball well,
yes.
And gets it out. It's just, I watched the game and I thought, Dave doesn't have the pace where that first 5 yards where he used to get away from them and steady, he just doesn't have it now.
No.
So, but he uses his brain, he uses his hands.
Sure, great,
and his
great
hands
tip and get though.
He can get around them pretty well.
He's been great.
Gentlemen, sorry I had to do this to you, Trent. We have to very quickly, I'm just going to get your tips with the games we've done already. We've already given our tips, but Broadview and Salisbury North at Broadview?
Look, Salisbury North are going really well, so I think Salisbury North there.
Yep. St Peters and Gays are in a big one.
Look, I think Gays are probably in that. That's at
St Peters.
St Peters, is it? Yeah. Look, I think. Yeah. Look, I still think Gays are. They're coming off a loss last week. Before the bye against Henley. So look, I think maybe Gays are in that one.
Yeah. Ross Trevor and Foss Camden.
We've got Foss next week, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, exactly. Look, I think that'll be a close one. I said we saw Foss first round and they were exceptional against us. So that'll be a close one.
They did
maybe
knock you off,
Rocks.
didn't
They did easily, yes.
Obviously, you'll tip yourself against Henley today. I'm actually going to tip Henley. Sorry, mate. They just seem to be the team to beat, David.
Yeah, Henley are the team to beat this year.
And the one game we haven't touched on, we'll have to do it very quickly. Both teams 0-8, Jeps Cross and Sacred Heart. You've seen them both this year. I'm tipping Jeps Cross in a close one.
Yeah, probably. Unfortunately for Sacred Heart, they've lost a lot of players across their whole club this year, which has not been obviously ideal for them. But yeah, I think probably Jeps Cross just.
David?
Yeah, Jeps Cross I think will win pretty convincingly actually.
We're in the last minute of the show, Trent, so just very quickly, is there anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, obviously the sponsors of the club are important. The Evoca Hotel, Atkins Building Group. I'm actually getting some renovations done through them at my home at the moment. So if you're looking for a drink, head down to the Evoca, or if you want some building done, ring Atkins Building Group.
Must pay the coaches well.
Not that well, I've heard.
No, exactly.
Look, go out there tomorrow, watch the C7s play, and see our state coach Trevor Hill coaching the state side.
It'd be a real thrill for those boys to have such a good coach coaching the south.
That's why we chased him.
Beautiful. Look, thanks for being on the show, Trent. Sorry we didn't have much time, obviously.
No,
but
that was my fault. I was a bit late.
These things happen. We wish you all the best of luck today against Henley. It'll be a great game, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Great, thank you.
Anyways, this has been 100.